had to make this video. I'm not going to make it too long. You know, I don't want to get into everything. But George Romero has passed away at age 77. And I felt like I needed to do a video on this because I just feel obligated to. Yeah, it's a great loss. As a fellow filmmaker and content creator, you know, his legacy has lived on, you know, and it will live on. You know, legacy is an important word here because he's created something that we know in our culture, in horror, in our everyday lives. You know, the flesh-eating zombie is something that he created and made amazing horror films beyond. It's without him, I wouldn't be here right now. Because of Resident Evil, you know, I wouldn't be here as, you know, on this channel talking to you is what I mean. You know, Resident Evil was inspired. You know, Walking Dead, I mean, the list goes on. The flesh-eating zombie, you know, with the movie White Zombie, there was more of a voodoo take on everything. But with George Romero, he brought that term zombie to a whole new step as far as filming. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, they're one of my favorite films of all time. Night of the Living Dead, even Land of the Dead. You know, we wouldn't have Shaun of the Dead. I mean, this man, it's such a sad loss because he created something that, it was like a domino effect of people that were inspired, and he was so ahead of his time. And you know, it's something that, you know, as he didn't make a lot more stuff as he got older, but he didn't really have to. This is a man that, you know, he did his time as far as a filmmaker. He's created stuff that, you know, will live on in our everyday lives, and stuff that we see and content that we get. And you know, I don't know. It's really heavy. It's hard. But anyone who understands the films that he's made and the impact that he's made on all of us, you know, it's just crazy. The whole idea of Resident Evil, the first concept, was really influenced by not only the original, but also the remake that Tom Savini did. So it's kind of and Sweet Home, of course. But it's a combination of everything. And Dead Rising. If it wasn't for fucking Dawn of the Dead, there wouldn't be zombies in a mall. And I like how on the front of the case they're like, this, you know, has no relation to Dawn. It's like, come on, it's Dawn of the Dead. And I love Dead Rising. I love it for what it is. And of course I love, you know, we're streaming Off the Record this week, so there's a lot of stuff going. But it's just important to know, you know, that he made such an impact. And it's crazy. You know, we're losing a lot of great people. And you know, he's someone who's influenced me as a filmmaker, as a director. My film called No More Room in Hell that I came out with a couple years ago was specifically titled after a line from Dawn of the Dead. And you know, it just shows that it has influenced me a lot as someone who, you know, limited budget, limited technology, limited stuff to resources, and he's always made it work. And of course, you know, he had great makeup effect people like Tom Savini, and the list goes on. But I just wanted to make this video in memory of him, and you know, it's definitely a great loss, and I feel like I couldn't not make a video about this, just showing my respect and knowing that, you know, if again, everything that you can think of that is horror related with any kind of flesh-eating zombie, this man, this is the Godfather. This is the man right here. And it sucks. It really does. But his legacy lives on. Like I said, legacy is a big term here, because everything that he's done it's still living on in our culture as content creators. We keep that alive. We keep him alive in, you know, Capcom's keeping him alive within Resident Evil. Whether it's zombies or not, Resident Evil is still a series that's going on. Walking Dead is still a series that's going on. So many movies as we know it, you know, any remake that happens from his film from this point forward, It's a little part of him that's going to keep living on in horror fans such as myself. I'm a huge horror fan, and as you know, game fans, you know, video game fans, you know, that whole idea. It's so big I can't even keep explaining it, or I'll just feel like I'm repeating myself. But I think you guys get the idea. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Rest in peace, George A. Romero. You will be missed. And we still love all your work. We still love what you have given us as people who enjoy entertainment. And yeah, so that's about it. Catch you guys next time.